Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once more to witness our Super Smash Bros. Roster take on quite a titan in the esports space. I'm Chris Clayton, and I'm joined once again by Benjamin Kincaid for the first time this semester as we are preparing for NACE Varsity competition Shenandoah University Smash Bros. Against Full Sail. Two very, very strong teams that should make for a pretty awesome matchup tonight.
Yeah, no, this is going to be one of those matchups, right? This is two very, very strong Smash Bros. Teams, performed very, very well last semester. Both teams, I believe, going, I want to say 6-1 around there. They were absolutely studded. But yeah, this is going to be a tricky matchup, right? Because Tuesday, it was a little close, right? We had this Snake player come through. I can't remember who we were playing on Tuesday. Thomas More, that's correct. Thomas More, and it was close all the way through, right? I mean, Willy had to go up against the Snake, and the Snake kind of was able to dance around him a little bit. Willy being one of, if not our best player right now for the squad, but a lot of people stepped up. I mean, we saw Kipp go 9-3, we saw David FarRhombus go 9-3, so I don't know how it's going to go and pan out today, but hoping for an SU win.
Yeah, we'll take a good look into all of that. We'll preview the matchup before we get into it, but I do want to take a moment to take a look at our schedule for the week and why we're even here at all. On your screen, you will see how we got here, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday competition now behind us. You can take a look at all that. I'm not going to walk through all of it, but most notably that Varsity Super Smash Bros. Win over Thomas More just on Tuesday. A bit of a nail-biter there at the end, even though the scoreboard says 2-0. But that brings us to today. We do have 3 different competitions going on in our arena tonight. Varsity Smash Bros. Against Full Sail up top. There will be what we bring you on your screen here. But the Academy Smash Bros. Roster is also playing in their first NACE competition here tonight against Mary Washington. So we wish them good luck, and we will do our best to provide you with any information you may need to keep up with them. And then we've got Varsity Rocket League taking on their opponent in the NECC competition. So we'll keep you up to date with all of it. And then tomorrow, one more matchup. If you would like to drop us a follow and make sure you don't miss it, I believe that was Overwatch.
Yes.
We'll have their first stream of the semester if that's more your forte. So with all that behind us, yes, drop us a follow on whatever social platform you're watching this on right now so that you can tune into not only this week's broadcast, but all of them in the future, because we have a lot going on here and we've got plenty of competition left. So with that behind us, let's take a quick look at tonight, because Full Sail, like you said, very, very strong opponent. Very strong roster, very strong players. The difference between tonight and Tuesday was Thomas More had a very strong player.
Yeah.
Singular, not an S on the end of that. Full Sail has very strong players, and that's exactly what led Shenandoah to success in their semester last year. So take a look on your screen, right? 2 6-1 records. You said it. Both very dominant teams. Full Sail dropping a couple extra games, but you certainly can't be picky when you're winning 12 of them. I mean, that is impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much domination throughout the entire semester for both of these squads. I mean, the game records 12-2, 12-4, only dropping 2 extra rounds on the side of Full Sail. I mean, these teams are very neck and neck when it comes to statistics, right? I mean, the win-loss is a 6.0, and the game win-loss, I mean, just those extra 2 rounds that weren't dropped on the side of SU, giving that 6 ratio over the 3-2 Full Sail. But, I mean, when you look at this group as well, it is stacked, right? I mean, FIU is another great school, ODU as well, very, very strong in the Smash Bros scene. And we play, I believe, all 3 of them in the first 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a little mixed out through there, but it's a tough start to the season.
Yeah, undeniably a tough start. And this is what Shenandoah went through last semester as well. They had a pretty front-loaded schedule up until playoffs, and they did end up dropping their first 2 games in NECC. NACE was different, I believe. Yeah, we finished 6-1, and I don't remember when that one loss was, but point is, Shenandoah is used to pretty front-loaded schedules, and they know how to overcome adversity early. I mean, it's a scary thing to find yourself in a bit of a hole before you're ready for it. But speaking of facing adversity, right, we do have one of the players that we'll be seeing here tonight, Willy, standing by out in the arena, and Molly ready to talk to her. So we're going to throw it out there so you can hear it from the players themselves.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chris and Ben, for throwing us off to the interview here. And this is kind of one of our favorite parts of the broadcast, because we get to hear from the players directly themselves before we head into our game. And we already got a little bit of a look at our Super Smash Brothers team on Tuesday, right, Will? So we're going in on Thursday, your first NACE match of the season. How are we feeling about today?
All right, don't know about him. Technical difficulties on my end, but we'll move past it. I was talking about a little bit of this team. I think we have a lot of potential going into the season. I think overall this is a very amazing group to work with, and I'm really happy to have the opportunity to compete with them again, and I think this NACE season is going to be a lot of fun for us.
And I wanted to touch a little bit on the NACE season specifically because you guys did so well last year. You were Chesapeake Conference champions in NECC. You had a very tough bracket heading into that. And now in NACE, your division, to my understanding, has taken quite a step up from last year. And tell me what it's been like preparing for these first couple of games that are a lot more difficult.
So it's actually really interesting because I have this strategy that I tend to do where I will often try and scout out the teams beforehand. I'll look at like the social medias of the teams. I'll try and find any information I can on the players just to get a general idea of what we're going up against. Most of the time in the past, this has just sort of been something I do, something that generally isn't that influential to how we understand how the match flow will go. But because of this season, we have teams that are of the caliber that they are, like Shawnee State, FIU, and then Full Sail, who are playing tonight. I think that aspect of like knowledge of what they're doing beforehand is very important in terms of like how we're going to feel going into it, because confidence ends up becoming such a huge factor in whether or not we're able to make these insane comebacks and upsets.
Yes. And I know that these, as you said, these first couple of weeks tend to be, these are going to be the more challenging ones, and then it gets a little bit easier going ahead from what I was seeing, but hey, we're going to go ahead and see. Because Full Sail, I think, just historically had a great Super Smash Brothers team to begin with. And I know that we've had, for your roster specifically, I know David came in at the end of last week. It was a bit of a scare from what I heard. I had Overwatch practice, so I couldn't watch. But I heard a bunch of people tell me that, like, hey, we had 2 people go into 9 stock. Kind of got to the last person. What are some things, as I know with last week, we were talking about confidence. How does that really affect how you approach a tough matchup like this one?
I think for the team, ultimately, it comes down to if we're on the receiving end of like an insane amount of momentum from their end, it's about us sort of getting back into the position of knowing we're still up. This is nothing to worry about, because if we let that get in our heads, obviously that's very much so a bad thing, and it leads to things going downhill, snowballing very quickly, things of the like. But I think last game where we had to bring in David and everything like that, I think it wasn't as scary as it might seem, because even though it might have come down to like the last player when we were already high enough up, I think a lot of that was to be expected because of the roster we were playing against, the level of players that we were playing against, and because that last player in particular was so strong, I think we were all sort of expecting underhandedly that it would sort of go down to that position. But overall, it was still a great opportunity for practice to get to play a little better, to understand what teams we're playing against, and I think any amount of experience in this league is good experience. So I'm very happy that we were able to get that, regardless of how close it was.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you were able to use that as a learning experience heading into your first NACE match to this day. You got to go ahead, finish getting set up. We're going to go ahead, send it back over to Chris and Ben on the desk as we get ready for our Super Smash Brothers team to finish off their first game.
Thank you very much, Molly. That's exciting to hear. That's a big deal, hearing from the players that was not as close as it seemed. Because and I was curious, it's to us as viewers, we don't know what's going on in the heads of the players. We don't know what's going on in that locker room, if you want to say that. Like, it's interesting to hear, they had a game plan, they stuck to their game plan, they certainly didn't panic when it didn't exactly go how they expected it to, but that stuff matters, and especially when you're on a team that can go this deep and win titles like they have, that's a big characteristic to have.
Yeah, and speaking of the team, let's pull up the roster real quick, see what we are working with. It's some familiar faces, right? Last semester, it's the same 4. We got AyeJay, Kipp, Igloo, and Willy here. Igloo being our team captain on that Yoshi, Willy on that Terry Kazuya combination. Kipp, I mean, his Pac-Man is close to impossible to stop sometimes than AyeJay on that Falco, that coverage as well. And then we have the subs as well. We have FarRhombus on that Jigglypuff, who played on Tuesday and looked pretty darn good, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, this is a little hard to describe. It's borderline deceptive, because this kind of is a fluid starting 5. FarRhombus has not always been at this level, but I can confidently say he is now, and it certainly helped Tuesday, him taking 9 stocks off of Thomas More in set number 2. Excuse me, but he can absolutely go in when the team needs him, and Jigglypuff is such a unique character that really does fill holes that the rest of this roster has. It just based strictly off character, right? So having a fifth player be that high quality, that proven, that battle tested, really helps a team like this.
Yeah, it really comes down to matchups, right? Because sometimes FarRhombus will start the entire set. Usually we see Kipp with this Pac-Man because it's so hard to kind of play around that character as a whole. But then sometimes it's like, all right, well, we know who they're going to put in first. It's a good matchup for FarRhombus on this Jigglypuff. Let's just toss him in there, see what he does. And sometimes he comes away with 9 like he did on Tuesday, right? So this player has improved so much throughout last semester and the beginning of this semester. I mean, Igloo even mentioned that, yeah, this player is pretty interchangeable anywhere in our lineup. He can really hold down the line when it really comes to it. So it's really exciting to see that fifth player have this much impact on our team.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool environment too. You just saw out in the arena, right? We mentioned earlier that we have a lot of competition going on here, but namely, our Academy Smash roster is competing at the same time tonight. So the Smash stations, the fighting game side of the arena is pretty crowded right now.
Yep.
But you got to think that the atmosphere is going to be pretty electric out there as well, because everybody over there knows what they're watching, right?
Yeah.
You've got Smash players sitting all around you rooting for the same team. So it's going to be a fun night tonight. I really think so. But so let's talk a little bit about Full Sail's roster. This Willy kind of alluded to this. We certainly try our best to scout opponents just as much as the teams do. And Full Sail makes for an interesting situation because we looked last semester, right? I mean, week 1, it's almost impossible to know what you're getting into because you don't have any current
Definitely go off
footage data to go off of. So naturally we looked to last semester and we saw what looked to be a Rob, Bowser, and a Lucas and a Byleth, presumably. So that's what we felt pretty confident coming into today, but now we're receiving word that we might see a Snake or a Min Min. I don't know. I mean, having a roster that deep certainly helps. We don't know if all of these players are interchangeable, if some of them are gone. If not, it's hard to say, right? That's the week 1 question mark, but that's kind of what we got coming into today.
Yeah, and I was talking to FarRhombus at the end of Tuesday as well. He had to play into that Snake matchup. That's where his 3 lost stocks came into. It's hard for FarRhombus, especially for that Jigglypuff, to really try to navigate that space because Snake, that's exactly where you want the enemy, right? Right up on you, your airspace, holding that grenade, holding that shield, and just waiting for it to blow up, right? And that's where Jigglypuff will often sit and stand and do a lot of his own movement to try to get ahead. And then on the side of this Min Min as well, that goes perfectly into Willy's Kazuya, right? Kazuya wants to be right up on top of you in those combo chains, trying to combo into electric, like Kevin likes to say all the time. But Min Min doesn't want to be near you at all. Far away, great range. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get these pieces put in the right spot so we can really counteract some of this counterplay with these picks.
Yeah, that's the rock, paper, scissors of crew battles, right? Kevin alluded to this on Tuesday. You know, the beautiful thing is that, yeah, you might shoot random at the start. You know, one person plays scissors, the other plays rock. The good news is whoever loses that exchange, you know what's out there, right? Yeah. So we have a roster that's pretty deep. We have 5 very, very strong players that can all go in at different times, right? We certainly have our structure that we're comfortable in, but we've seen it change countless times when it needs to happen. But Full Sail is in a very similar situation, and that's where deep rosters find their value in crew battles, is these matchups when you know what you're up against and you can pick the perfect answer, or at least as good of an answer as you can come up with, to then respond, right? And that's the beauty of crew battles. It's a very unique style of Smash Bros, but it makes for some pretty fun shows like these.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's fun, right? I mean, we see that first match, we're like, okay, maybe we can kind of predict how this one's going to go, but from the rest of kind of the series, it's kind of like, all right, now we're really into this strategy, right? Do we really want to put this player into, let's say, for some unforeseen reason, Kazuya goes out first with Willy, right? Like, what do you do? Because is it going to be Snake first? Is it going to be that Min Min / Inkling? I know that Min Min will also bring out here and there sometimes. So it's just kind of that cat and mouse of like, all right, we're going to put this out, see what you do, and then we're going to try to play catch up if we do go down those 11 to 9 stocks or whatever it may be after that first round. But both of these squads seem very capable of coming back from behind and jumping up into those early leads.
Absolutely, yeah. Certain rosters are really not meant to claw from behind. If you find yourself in a deficit, that's like worst case scenario. But I definitely would not describe either of these teams as unable to come back. I do want to talk a little bit about the order as well, because so Shenandoah has sort of this established Kipp tends to go out first, Willy tends to go in last, and everything else is matchup dependent, right? And I mean, I expect to see that today. I think Shenandoah has no immediate reason, no major red flags to try to bail on that off the rip. And, you know, we'll see set number 2 if adaptations start to come in. Maybe the opener does change. But I would expect to see Kipp go in first because Pac-Man does have this innate value of being such a strange character that you can then send him out, kind of bank on your opponent not having much matchup experience into a character like that, because you don't see many Pac-Mans out in the world, and with all those projectiles, weird angles, and setups that Kipp has on this very powerful character, it can get you out to some early leads. Whereas on the other side, we kind of expect Full Sail to go for a similar approach in sending out Rob first, would be my guess, would be I think a lot of our guesses, because Rob is also pretty unique in the sense that he can take stocks at such random percentages. He has so many kill confirms in all different stages of the game. So both of these teams kind of have similar opening strategies, and we'll see which one comes out on top, but I think the first matchup will really set the tone for the rest of the series.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure, this first kind of go ahead is like, all right, let's see what happens, but if we do see a change, I think it's going to be the attempted at a call. You know, of like, all right, we're going to bet everything on maybe this is what you're going to do, kind of like this snake is going to go first if it's not this Rob, and we're going to try to put something that's going to work really well into that matchup, right? So that's kind of what we have seen in the past from this SU roster when they do switch up kind of their orders. It's just a straight up call. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses, but I mean, the team does, I mean, Igloo does a pretty good job at really figuring out, all right, what are these best matchups, and kind of playing that chess game behind the scenes as that captain.
Yeah, that's where experience matters more than ever, is when you're put in an uncomfortable situation. Yeah, maybe you do take a risk and try to swing for the stars, make a really hard call out, and boy, does it fall flat. And that's where you got to have somebody on the team in the room saying, all right, hey, this is fine. We knew that this was a possibility, even though we didn't want it, but we were ready for it. And here's how we're going to get out of it. We saw that on Tuesday with Igloo on the Yoshi really coming in to save the day, although now we are hearing from the team that there was never any alarms going off, and that's totally fine. But point is, experience matters, and this Shenandoah roster has a lot of experience, and you'll see it on your screen, right? I mean, this is a big matchup for these players, but they got smiles on their face. They're ready to get into it. We're ready to get into it. It's going to be an exciting night.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. I mean, we see Kipp there sitting in the chair, give a little stretch of the neck there, just kind of getting loose, staying warm, right? We saw him sitting in that arena as well, so maybe hopping into game here shortly, trying to get that lobby all set up. I do want to point out one other character that this Full Sail team has is this Lucas, right? We had a demon of a Lucas last semester.
That's true.
And Kipp pulled through big time, right? So if this character comes out, we kind of know how to work around it, but it's just kind of dependent on how good is this Lucas really going to be, because last semester, it was a problem last semester.
I cannot remember what school that was. I remember the player's name was Smash Bros.
Yes.
Smash Bros, the Lucas player, and it was early in the NECC bracket, but I cannot remember what school that was. But point is, that, to put it simply, was one of, if not the best Lucas player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And to expect that from anybody else would be a reach, but you're right, you can't rule it out, and that's the problem. We've seen this team struggle against a Lucas, and that makes it worth mentioning. I don't know that I'll ever see a Lucas that good. I mean, that was oppressive, but who knows? I mean, we know how strong this roster is. That there's nothing that I can tell you that would rule out that possibility.
Right. Yeah, and that's just the beauty of crew battle. We've said it all night long thus far, is that it really is just kind of that coin flippy game, right?
Yeah.
Trying to find this matchup. who's hot, who's not, right? Sometimes we'll see a player come in and be like, all right, they're not feeling it tonight, and then there's a completely different player, new character, and a whole new play style that you have to go around for this second set. So it really is that kind of coin flip, run and gun kind of game, right? Try to figure it out on the fly and put your pieces in the right spot and really try to just play cool, calm, collected, and clean Smash Bros.
Yeah, and this matchup too, we should be getting in fairly soon. I assume there's some delay going on that's being sorted, but that's okay. This first matchup is very important because we talked a little bit about this NACE group. It's kind of brutal. Like for as much as we sort of hype up this team as being very strong, they are. But I would say that our first like 4 or 5 matchups are, I guess I don't even need to be the one to say it. Igloo, I was talking to earlier today, said our first like 5 competitions are losable. And that's an interesting word. I mean, because to say that they're winnable implies that we are not favorites, and it's good to hear that they have confidence, but it's not often that you hear this team not have full faith in taking on anybody in the country, right? They have plenty of respect for teams that deserve the respect, and it certainly seems like we have a lot of teams that deserve respect in this group.
Yeah, I mean, our team has, like you said, they've been favorites a lot of the time going into some of these matchups. I mean, Willy, our Kazuya player, I believe just placed top 4 in the DMV area.
I believe so, yeah, power
on
rankings.
this Kazuya-Terry combo that he plays. So we have a star-studded roster here at SU. I mean, I think Kipp as well, I believe I heard him saying in a meeting earlier today that he has a winning record against everyone but Willy in the DMV area.
Crazy how that works.
Which is insane, right? Everyone but his teammate he has a winning record against. So this team has been all over the place, traveled, and just individually have performed very, very well out there in that kind of public area.
Yeah, and if you were able to tune in on Tuesday, you might have heard this as well. We've seen Kipp go toe-to-toe, go the distance with Willy regularly.
Yeah.
Because these players really sharpen each other. And we hold events here from time to time, and it usually ends up with some combination of usually Igloo, Kipp, or Willy. They tend to be here the most for those types of events. And some combination of those ends up being in the finals. And most recently, it was Kipp, I think, in like winners finals of
Stars and Spikes.
Stars and Spikes, went like 5 games with Willy, ended up losing, came back in grand finals, went like 5 games with Willy, all like one stock. Yeah, I mean, blow for blow. And Willy does tend to come out on top, and there's a reason he's ranked as highly as he is. But boy, Kipp and Igloo can both absolutely hang with him regularly.
Yeah, that was a really fun tournament, right? Because I think then Kipp went down to Igloo, and they went 5, right? They went 5 rounds in that lower losers, I think, final was that matchup there for them. And that was, I mean, I don't know how they do it, because when we look in this crew battle, we're like, oh, Willy is the best.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Tends to be.
When you put them together up against each other, it's kind of a toss-up.
Exactly.
We don't really know who the best player at this point is on this roster, because anyone on any given day can show up and absolutely blow us out of the water.
Absolutely, yeah. And that helps with characters as well. You know, these characters interact with each other in different ways than we tend to see in the crew battles. But the point is, the takeaway that you should have is that these players are sharpening each other all the time.
Yeah.
And it's making this team reach new heights, and it's very exciting to see. I do believe I saw us go into a button check, so we should be getting into game here soon. We appreciate you bearing with us. It looks like we might have another issue on our hands, and that will get resolved whenever it gets resolved. But hang tight with us. Be sure to drop us a follow again on all of our socials. Do we have any updates? I'm going to ask production if we have any updates on the other games that I could maybe give you. But while we wait for this Smash series to start, because it is 7:15 local time, so we should the other Smash series should be underway. But yeah, so we'll get you into game as soon as the players are ready. But
yeah, I mean, hey, the Academy team as well, just real quick, has been looking pretty good as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have this Cloud and Sora player that he's been working on as well. I mean, I saw Igloo and him going at it with this Yoshi Sora kind of matchup, right? So they have been looking very, very strong. Those players, very good. Let's see. I think they have the Me Brawler on there as well for some of that more fun online environment type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, the Academy Smash team, no pushover either. They've been looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will give you all the information you need on them, but we are going to take a quick break while things get resolved here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some Smash action soon.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry, so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Thanks for bearing with us. We are back. My name is Chris. That's Ben. We don't have much time to talk because the players are getting ready to go. We do have our first matchup on our hands. It will be Pac-Man against Snake. So, kicking off NACE competition week 1, Shenandoah University Varsity Smash Brothers against Full Sail.
I mean, already we can see Fern on this Snake getting some good damage here with these projectiles, with these nades onto Kipp, this Pac-Man, trying to set up this hydrant to buy himself some space to farm up that bell, the key, the Galaga as well to come through. But so far, Fern doing a great job at playing distance and keeping Kipp at bay.
Yeah, I would be remiss if I did not recall what happened on Tuesday, right? We saw a Snake really take full control against Shenandoah, but I would also be remiss if I didn't mention that the one player that I don't believe ever saw the Snake was Kipp. Or I think when he did, he only had one stock. So, an interesting matchup here because we didn't really get a preview of it like I might have expected. But nonetheless, right, pretty equal percentages. Kipp finding his way back into the game after a bit of a rough start, but looks to be kind of settling in, both of the players really settling in, getting comfortable with each other's tendencies as we look to see that hydrant's going to be a big deal, and get ready for the bell setups because that will be deadly.
Yeah, the bells are now starting to come through here for Kipp, applying this pressure on this edge guard. But I mean, that Snake recovery right there is something else. One of the best recoveries in the game Snake has, and uses it perfectly there just to get up high, get back on to that map, and then continue to rain all of these explosives down onto Kipp.
Yeah, part of what makes Pac-Man so strong are the bell setups around the ledge, right? We talked about it last week too. Kipp knows exactly where to stand. You throw it up, it covers your jump, it covers neutral get up, it covers your roll. What do? Well, what does Snake do? He goes high. He recovers high every time. So that definitely is an advantage for Full Sail, right? A big weapon that Pac-Man can pretty consistently bank on is not really in the arsenal anymore. So keep an eye on the recovers and get used to Snake going all the way up to the top of your screen because Pac-Man can't really keep up in a deadly way. But the key comes out, very high percentage, but still, honestly, shockingly, not enough to kill, but the apple will finally finish the job. Our first stock is taken, Kipp, with an early lead so far.
Yeah, Kipp, high percentage as well here, trying to get some extra credit on this stock. You can see the match preference there on the side of your screen there. This is how well our players prefer these matchups, right? This is kind of right in the middle, iffy spot here for Kipp, doing a great job thus far, getting some extra credit now on this first stock. 150 built up and almost 70% now on the second stock of this Snake.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting seeing that matchup preference as well because, yeah, that's Kipp specifically, his preference in this matchup, right? Not Pac-Man in general, not Snake in general. This is Kipp specifically, and he feels kind of whatever about this matchup. So that's interesting to hear because these characters are pretty similar in that they have a lot of setups, they have a lot of range, they control a lot of space, but they kind of counter each other in that sense because they both have great recoveries. They both can work around the other one's setups, and it creates this kind of awkward match that we're seeing right now. This is really slow paced. Both of these players getting up to really high percents because neither one can really find a great way to finish the other one off. But a grab that high percentage against a Snake will result in an up tilt. That very deadly kick works almost every time.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the extra credit built up here. This Snake, Vern, already up to 110% on this second stock, whereas Kipp just lost his third. The key getting farmed up here as well, just trying to get that finishing blow. Will be able to land it, but won't find the kill just yet. 143 and ticking on the side of this Snake, bell in hand for Kipp.
There's also a C4 on that top left platform. Keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if Kipp saw it, but he's standing on it right now. He does get away from it there. Snake not able to capitalize just yet. We'll probably see that one go as the longer time it spends there, the more Kipp can catch on. Wow, the spot dodge is not enough. That interesting Pac-Man grab lasts so long that a spot dodge can't get away from it. The key lands home one more time, and Snake down to his last stock trying to claw back against Kipp, but the longer this goes, the more Kipp is the one finding percentage buildup.
Yeah, 39% now on both players here. Kipp doing a great job opening up yet again for SU, trying to find this key. I think is holding Gallagher right now. Yes, we'll toss that one out there. We'll have to farm up something new, but Burn trying to get anything going, but right now, I mean, Kipp has been spacing himself and using those shields almost to perfection to keep themselves alive here in this first one-on-one set.
Yeah, keep an eye on these hydrants too, because I think these hydrants are really affecting Snake more than I personally would have anticipated. But it does make sense because the grenades don't go through the hydrant, right?
Yeah.
They don't explode on the hydrant. They don't go through the hydrant. That's a heck of a barrier that Kipp can just build for himself that then Snake has to do something about, or at least wait out the stun finds its way home all the way up top. But again, just an awkward aerial character. Pac-Man doesn't have much kill threat for as mobile as he is, but man, all the explosives are certainly coming in here.
Yeah, trying to get that key before they grab that ledge, unable to do so. The recovery coming through here. The hydrant on top of the head, 178% built up on this Snake. I mean, you're telling a sneeze or a hydrant will be able to find that kill. Kipp keeping 2 stocks alive here and taking 3 from that Snake.
Okay, not bad at all. That's more or less exactly what we would expect from that matchup. I think that's exactly what Kipp expected as well. That's what Captain Igloo talking over his shoulder would have expected. Not exactly the matchup we would have wanted, but not a bad matchup, and pays off here. So that was really interesting to watch. That was a very awkward game of Smash, but a very patient and deliberate game of Smash from Kipp, from both sides, but Kipp coming out on top and finding that hydrant at the end. I mean, there's so many projectiles flying across the screen, so many things to keep track of for both players that ultimately you're going to miss one of them. And a hydrant to the face finishes the job.
Yeah, and throughout this matchup, right, the thing that really got Kipp ahead here was that first stock. The extra credit that was being built up, that third stock was lost, and Snake was already onto 110% on that second stock. That hurts, because now you're playing from behind, and now Kipp, can just kind of sit back and wait, farm up, wait for their own opportunities, because they have this massive lead that they can really just start playing their own game and not play into the game plan that Snake wants.
Yeah, so strong start from Shenandoah. That's a big deal. I'm not sure who Full Sail would send out second here, and I think only really time will tell, but I don't know. Strong start, right? It's more or less what you want, and especially in a series like this. Oh, I do want to point out, too, Kipp was all the way up to like 130% by the end of that. That is now wiped. Kipp gets 2 very clean stocks, and that was scary territory. I started to say it right before that match ended, but it didn't end up mattering, that Kipp was at kill percentage for a while. Snake up tilt kills shockingly early. So once Pac-Man got to like 80 or 90%, Kipp Kipp did really have to start playing different and be careful because you do want to preserve that stock if you can before taking out Snake's last. And sure enough, he does. So a 2-stock advantage for Kipp going into whoever this second player is. And
who is that second player?
Well,
I have no idea, right? I mean, maybe it's this Rob to come through. I'm not sure what that matchup looks like for Rob. I don't know how even that. I don't know if you have any insight on that one, but I mean, maybe it's that. Maybe it's the Min for some more range. I'm not entirely sure here.
Yeah, so I guess that's a fair point. We did say that we kind of thought Rob might go out first, and we didn't. I didn't even really put that together, or he didn't. But so yeah, we might see Rob come out now and just try to sort of cheese some stocks off of the Shenandoah roster, right? If you're going to cheese stocks, it might have to be against this Pac-Man because other characters are going to struggle to deal with him normally. So yeah, maybe it is the Rob. We're expecting a Bowser at some point. I would not like that at all. I think Bowser's very fast. He's one of the fastest characters in the game, which is hilarious. But he's also one of the heaviest characters in the game. And Pac-Man can... I said Pac-Man's aerial game is awkward. I meant his vertical game. Pac-Man can absolutely carry you all the way to the blast zone, and there's nothing a Bowser can do to get out of it. So I would be shocked to see a Bowser come in right now. Min, Lucas, Byleth, kind of all could. I don't know. I do think the answer that makes the most sense to me is the Rob to try to, send out something that Shenandoah might be uncomfortable dealing with and just try to claw back in, maybe lose one stock on the way, but try to even this out.
Yeah, no, I always forget about that Bowser in the back, but I think we just got word it's going to be a Bayonetta.
Yeah, you might have seen me just react.
Bayonetta will be the answer into this Pac-Man. Frankly, I don't know what that matchup looks like. I know Bayonetta does a pretty darn good job. It's very fast, mind you. A very fast character. And has that, what is it, the time clock, the time warp?
Yeah, the witch timing, I think is the official name. But it's her version of a counter. If she times it right, it slows everybody else down. Okay. Bayonetta, not at all on our radar. So, an interesting pick, because Bayonetta's whole thing is aerial combat as well. She can string together what feel like 20 hit moves and carry you sideways, upwards, into the stage, off the stage. Doesn't really matter. That's kind of Bayonetta's whole thing. So, I don't know. Oh, it looks like we might have an issue here because the Bayonetta just launched themselves off the stage. So, false alarm. We got welcome back to the booth. Yeah, probably just a quick little button check again. I believe this is a new player on a new Switch, so that's all right. False alarm, but we're all good. Not an issue here. Bayonetta is interesting. I don't... It's so hard to describe Pac-Man matchups because of how weird this character is. So, I don't know. I expect Bayonetta to not necessarily struggle. The biggest thing will be how Kipp plays. Does Kipp decide to go aggressive, try to sort of play in the Bayonetta's face, or just sort of camp them out? Because Bayonetta doesn't have great ways to deal with distance other than the neutral B, which goes up at a weird angle, and that might not get rid of the fire hydrant. So
yeah, true.
I'm not sure. It'll be interesting, but I think it will ultimately come down to how Kipp decides to play this.
Yeah, and with a lot of the matchups that we see Kipp play in, we see him kind of in that patient kind of play style, right? And that comes a lot from Igloo as well. Igloo is a very patient player. Can be aggressive at times. Same with Kipp here on this Pac-Man, but Bayonetta, it's hard because you get punished by hitting her a lot of the time. You hit her, so all right, I'm going to start my combo, and now you just kind of have to sit there and watch her fly you up and up and up towards that blast zone until you eventually die. So it'll be interesting to see if Kipp does go for that aggressive play style and really try to jump out to an early lead, or rather tie it up at 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, matchup preference looks very good here for Kipp, and I think I agree, right? That is more or less the conclusion I came to after fumbling for about a minute. But I think it does make sense, right? Kipp can kind of play his own game and choose what his own game is. And so we see so far opting to play a little bit more aggressive. Bayonetta not really able to find a hit just yet, but keep an eye on the hydrants once again. I'm not confident that Bayonetta has a great way to deal with the hydrants, but a great call out there by Kipp to just chase the roll, and he will find his way home. Goes for the side B. It won't quite land. I'm not sure that would have been enough to kill, but would have been a nice little bit of percentage. Nonetheless, 124 on this Bayonetta so far.
Yeah, I mean, 124 built up, and here is the combo that we see all the time. It was dropped there. Kipp able to get out of that one just barely, but that's kind of what we see. You have this cool little twist that looks really, really cool, and it goes on for quite a while, right? Oh, that bell just barely missing there. Kipp almost able to snatch that stock away from this Bayonetta. The grab coming through. Now, this might do it, question mark.
So when I was thinking to myself of ways that Bayonetta has to deal with the fire hydrant, the only one that really came to mind were smash attacks, and it's not a great option, which is why I didn't mention it. The smash attack comes through there, hits the hydrant, Kipp gets another one down, and it comes back to bite Bayonetta and lose a stock. So Kipp looking very comfortable so far, and Bayonetta once again just kind of struggling to find a way in. Kipp is really building these barriers between. Look at that! The Bayonetta gets on the same side of the hydrant, and Kipp runs for his life to the other side. Right? He can sort of turn this on and off depending on the situation. Oh, but here comes a witch time. This could be a combo, but it's dropped once again. The air dodge out of it, and we're right back to a neutral state.
Yeah, those two scary moments so far in this matchup where that combo was a potential but was just barely dropped at the last second by the Bayonetta. Kipp as well doing a great job of getting away from them. The side B will come through, and that will confirm the kill now. Kipp 95% on the second stock, and one stock remaining for this Bayonetta.
Yeah, I really can't put into words how good this looks for Kipp, because as much as we talk about these Bayonetta combos, not all of them are kill confirms, right? Bayonetta needs a couple of these combos to really find success in a full-length game. This isn't even a full-length game, but in order to take stocks, it's not as simple as finding one combo. This isn't a Luigi or a Rob or whatever, but so far, this Bayonetta has found two, dropped them both, and loses all three stocks for it. Kipp at 100%, that gets washed away again. The players shocked, surprised, but probably not really, as they find themselves up now 5 stocks, 11-6, going into player number 3 for Full Sail.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a Pac-Man Kipp masterclass, right? I mean, the spacing was absolutely perfect, getting out of those combos as well, and I mean, those bells, man, when they hit pretty darn hard.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, the side B as well. I mean, he knows every which way that players are going to be launched off of that bell. And yeah, a great start right now for SU.
Yeah, undeniably. And now I do, I didn't have the answer right when we heard that Bayonetta was going in, but after working through it, I did kind of come to the conclusion that that's not a great matchup. And I do have to question that decision into Pac-Man, and now we see the results, right? I don't need to question anything anymore.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out. So an interesting choice, an unfortunate choice, but I mean, what did we talk about during the pregame? Sometimes you got to take a shot. Sometimes you got to swing hard to try to take down the greats. These are two great teams, and they both know that undeniably. So that one does not go Full Sail's way, but this is still a full series. Full Sail still has 2 players left that can get anything done that they need done.
Yeah, so we didn't write down the Bayonetta, right? We were unsure if that was going to come through, right? So let's see. We have maybe a Rob, maybe a Lucas. The Min is still kind of lurking in the shadows potentially on this Full Sail roster. But, I mean, what do you do when Kipp is this on fire, right? 2 stocks still remaining, pretty much getting that 3 stock against that Bayonetta there. I mean, it's hard to really find the answer. Maybe it is this Rob. You have to maybe just force it and see if you can get those gimmick kills, like you said earlier, with the gyro, with that neutral air, and just try to combo that into something crazy. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, if I was a gambling man, I feel like I would send the Rob out again for the same exact reason that I said I would send the Rob out last time. You're in the same situation, but a slightly more dire one now.
Right.
I think you said it. Kipp's on fire. How do you put out the fire? You need somebody to kind of go in and sort of shock Kipp a little bit, catch him off guard with a weird Pac-Man-like character.
Yeah.
And I think Rob fits that criteria, although Rob is a very popular character, but he's popular for that reason. So I think the answer is Rob, personally. I would be surprised to see Min come out any earlier than Kazuya. I really think that's the ticket. If they have the Min, I mean, I guess the big question about all of this now is, are any of these characters even what we might see? Who knows? But we did just receive word
Yeah.
of who we will see next, and it is the Bowser. Now, what did I say before the last series? I don't like this pick either. Just personally, as somebody who is openly and obviously rooting for Shenandoah, I don't think this is the right move for Full Sail. I think Pac-Man can absolutely deal with a lot of what Bowser has, but I think Bowser is a slightly better pick than Bayonetta because Bowser can deal with the Fire Hydrant, can sort of close these gaps. Again, this is a very fast character and a character who is hard to kill nonetheless, but you see it on the left side of your screen. Kipp agreeing with me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it kind of speaks for itself. This is a heavy character that Pac-Man can work his way around if he needs to. So we'll see if he's able to, but so far, Bowser not letting him have anything just yet, right? A lot of up Bs out of shields, pretty defensive play out of the Bowser, and I think that's what you need, both into Pac-Man and in this type of situation in a crew battle.
Yeah, I mean, 81, 90% now built up onto this Bowser. A comfortable 60 here for Kipp, and yeah, listen to that music, right?
You know what that's from?
Persona?
Persona 4.
Chance.
Yeah.
P4, great game. Highly recommend you pick that one up. I'm playing through it right now. Very, very good.
Yeah, great game. Strongly recommend. But enough about the music, right? Music sounds great. You'll hear it for the rest of the game. And you hear it a lot, actually, when Kipp picks this stage. But point is, Kipp up 5 stocks, has taken 6 so far. Now, this has been a slow start to the Bowser game, but again, more or less what we would expect, right? Kipp is going to play this a bit slower to try to sort of space out this Bowser. Does find the Hydrant. It does not get teched, and Bowser can't recover. So, losing that first stock, Full Sail on the back foot. 5 stocks remaining. Bowser just trying to find a way in.
Yeah, Kyle, Kipp here doing a great job at just playing patient, right? Getting in the face of this Bowser when it is needed to get that space. But Bowser, as well, doing a great job at getting through those fire hydrants, getting some damage down as well. Trying to find that edge guard, keeping Kipp off of the stage thus far. A dangerous recovery, but the grab and the little belly flop there will connect, but unable to find the kill just yet. Kipp builds up to 153%, somehow still alive.
Oh yeah, Kipp really struggling to get back onto the stage here. A couple right decisions out of Bowser, but one wrong one means Kipp is right back on stage and racking up percentage. Wow! The forward tilt connects right into the Hydrant, and the forward smash is guaranteed. Bowser wasn't ready for it, couldn't tech off the forward tilt, and Kipp is going for it all. Can't quite finish that combo, but Galaga's going to start another one. Kipp is on fire right now and just trying to put this stock away before losing his. He's at 150. So keep an eye out for every hit that Bowser lands. I would think the next one, no matter what it is, could probably finish Kipp off, but boy, is it hard to hit this Pac-Man at all.
I mean, Kipp just came out swinging there. The Bowser as well, trying to just find that finishing blow. The bell connects the side smash. Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Yeah, massive pop-off there from Kipp, and that's very well deserved. Insane gameplay there from our opener. Still not losing a stock since the Snake matchup. So, 130% wiped off from the Snake, 100% wiped off from the Bayonetta, and now 150 wiped off from the Bowser, and just like that, we're still at 11 stocks, and Kipp goes into player number 4 at 0% 2 stocks.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
I don't even know. I mean, Bowser was trying so hard. We saw the up tilts go, trying to find that. I mean, it has a pretty large hitbox, that up tilt from Bowser. If that connected any one of those, Kipp gone.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
But just unable to find it. And Kipp just doing a great job at playing then with that speed and just playing that space very, very well to keep that stock alive.
Yeah, and kudos to that Bowser. That Bowser did play very patient. There's a reason that game took as long as it did, and it's because Bowser did not immediately give in to Kipp's game plan, right? He was looking for the right stuff, but just couldn't quite find his way home, and Kipp gets out unscathed once more. Now, with one player left, I'm going to keep saying it because I'm on a bit of a streak right now. I did call it. The pocket pick for Full Sail that they were, I imagine, hoping to save for the Kazuya is the Min Min. We have one player left for Full Sail. We have received word that it will be the Min Min. So, again, very interesting, very unique character. I'm not entirely sure how this matchup goes, but I know that Pac-Man doesn't necessarily struggle with the range game, right? And that's Min-Min's whole thing, is when it comes to spacies, people that space you off of them, Min-Min is untouchable. At the top, they're so good at keeping distance between you and them. So, can Pac-Man get in? Does he need to? Who knows? Yeah. But this is the last stand for Full Sail in set number 1 here.
Yeah, I feel like in this matchup here, we're going to see a lot of them on the opposite sides of the stage. Right, Min-Min can pretty much stretch almost the entire stage with some of their attacks, and then I mean, Kipp might just want to farm up a little bit, right? Trying to find this bell. I mean, you can already see the range coming through from this Min-Min. Very strong, very oppressive, already built up to about 50% here on this Pac-Man is Kipp. But mind you, it is 11 stocks to 3, right? Kipp has been having an absolute day as now he finds the combos as well. Oh,
I don't think they make it back.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Kipp already swinging a stock off of this Min-Min.
Okay, so that's insane to me because this Min-Min was playing great to start this. Combo after combo, just keeping Kipp at bay. What do? They go for one smash attack that Pac-Man was able to spot dodge, and they lose an entire stock for it. They messed up once and lost an entire stock for it. So keep an eye on every single one of the moves you see out of Min-Min, because if Kipp is able to get a read and make a call on any given one, it might just mean you see another stock. But finally, Full Sail able to get the response they've been looking for since player number 1. Stock 2 taken off Kipp, and every one of those matters. But, I mean, I think that
might be it again.
Min-Min's recovery is not that special because this character isn't used to being put off stage. A bit of a call out there, but missed punishes both ways. And now, again, back to a neutral state. Low percentages both ways, but Pac-Man finding his way into close range, close quarters combat is certainly where Min-Min is least comfortable. So, as long as we see this on our screen, that's a great sign if you are a Shenandoah fan.
I mean, 77% already built up on this final stock. Kipp trying to get aggressive there, but unable to land it. The grab coming through. The bell is ready. Caught by the Min-Min. Will be able to land that one, but won't be able to combo that into anything further. Both players now, Kyle, going off the stage. Kipp will be able to find that one. Min-Min unable to recover. 12 stocks.
Wow.
One player. His name is Kipp.
How about it? I mean, if you told me that that's how this series would start, I simply would not have believed you. These are two very strong teams. And for Kipp to go and drop 12 stocks in set number 1 is jarring. So, hey, that's a great sign if you're a Shenandoah fan. Full Sail, I don't think should be panicking yet. There were plenty of things in that set to be happy with, or like signs of light that you might be able to grasp onto in set number 2. But nonetheless, an overwhelming start from Kipp, and just no answer from Full Sail.
Yeah, I mean the best matchups, right, was that anchor Min-Min and that starting Snake, right? Maybe if Snake is able to get that second stock, maybe something else happens here, right? When you have to go from that 1 into 3 stocks right off the bat there, but Snake unable to clean that one up. I believe it was that 130% that he was up to against that Snake. But yeah, it's kind of hard to, with what we just saw, man, what do you do?
Yeah, and I don't know, it's easy to look back for all of these little interactions that could have gone the other way, and in set 1, most, if not all, went Shenandoah's way. But truly, Full Sail was one hit away from taking Kipp out multiple times. So I certainly would not expect something similar to that in set number 2, but who knows? Anything can happen in collegiate Smash Bros. Crew battles. We will find out what will happen in set number 2 here very soon, but we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll see you on the other side of this quick little ad break.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway.
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
Cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Can't really keep up in a deadly way, but the key comes out. Very high percentage, but still, honestly, shockingly, not enough to kill. But the apple, and it creates this kind of awkward match that we're seeing right now. This is really slow paced. Both of these players getting up to really high percents because neither one can really find a great way to finish. So as the longer time it spends there, the more Kipp can catch on. Wow, the spot dodge is not enough. That interesting Pac-Man grab lasts so long that a spot dodge.
Recovery coming through here. The hydrant on top of the head, 178% built up on this snake. I mean, you're telling a sneeze or a hydrant will be able to find that kill. Kipp keeping 2 stocks alive here and taking 3 from that snake.
Okay.
Bayonetta, the grab coming through. Now that's might do it? Question mark.
So when I was thinking to myself of ways that Bayonetta has to deal with the fire hydrant, the only one that really came
was a potential, but was just barely dropped in the last second by the Bayonetta. Kipp as well doing a great job of getting away from them. The side B will come through, and that
Ouija or a Rob or whatever. But so far, this Bayonetta has found 2, dropped them both, and loses all 3 stocks for it. Kipp at 100%. That gets washed away again. The players shocked, surprised, but probably not really as a game. But again, more or less what we would expect, right? Kipp is going to play this a bit slower to try to sort of space out this Bowser. Does find the hydrant, it does not. Kipp really struggling to get back onto the stage here. A couple right decisions out of Bowser, but one wrong one means Kipp is right back on stage and racking up percentage. Wow!
Well, trying to just find that finishing blow. The bell connects. The side smash. Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Yeah, massive pop off there from Kipp, and that's very well deserved. Insane gameplay there from
11 stocks to 3, right? Kipp has been having an absolute day as now he finds the combos as well. Oh,
I don't think they make it back.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on every single one of the moves you see out of mid-mid, because if Kipp is able to get a read and make a call on any given one, it's the response they've been looking for since player number 1. Stock 2 taken off Kipp, and every one of those matters. But I mean, I think that
might be it again.
Mid-mid
Won't be able to combo that into anything further. Both players now. Kyle going off the stage. Kipp will be able to find that one. Min unable to recover. 12 stocks.
Wow.
1 player. His name is Kipp.
How about it? I mean, if you told me that that's how this series would start, I simply would not have believed you. These are 2 very strong teams. Well, on the cusp of being 1-0 in 2 different leagues, Shenandoah University Varsity Smash Brothers is looking real hot to start their season. Chris Clayton joined once again by Ben Kincaid. We just watched Kipp 12 stock, a very strong Full Sail team to open their NACE season.
Yeah, Kipp looks good. Right, he looks pretty darn good. We have the graphic here ready to go for you guys. I'm 12 to 2.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, need we break this down anymore? Like, we all just watched it, and if you're tuning in now, guess what? You didn't miss much. I hate to say that, but like, Kipp went in and was absolutely surgical. He played 4 weird matchups. I'll say weird matchups, borderline perfectly, and only lost 2 stocks in the journey. So if you're Shenandoah, I don't think you change a thing. I don't think there's a reason to, and frankly, I certainly hope they don't change a thing.
Yeah.
But if you're Full Sail, I don't know that you change your opener either. Like, the Snake matchup, in my opinion, was the best of the 4 that we saw.
Yeah.
In terms of chances to take stocks off Kipp. I really do think you want to save the Min Min for the Kazuya if you can, right? I'm kind of ruling out Min Min as an opener because I think that's way too aggressive of a response from Full Sail. And the Min Min didn't, as a character, didn't look super overwhelming for Kipp to deal with.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, it's like
that's
Snake,
the only answer.
and we go from there, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're Full Sail, and I have no doubt they know this, because again, that's a very talented, very strong program, school, team, period. I have no doubt that they are not panicking, not stunned just yet. But it absolutely comes down to right now. If Kipp goes in and takes 3 more stocks without losing more than 1, you've got a massive problem on your hands.
Yeah, I mean, a hot Kipp is a dangerous Kipp,
Absolutely.
right? And he is steaming right now. He is hot to go, baby. I mean, he is looking pretty darn good. So it's really up to this opening matchup, right? I think it's got to be Snake.
Yeah.
Snake looked like Kipp kind of couldn't get into range, get into what he wanted to do. Seemed a little bit uncomfortable with that matchup, right? And Snake, I mean, just a few rolls here and there, into a grab, into a side smash, just a few great reads coming through from Kipp, put some stocks away, right?
Yeah.
So I'd expect to see the same thing to come through. I see Kipp on this Pac-Man, and I believe it was Fern on that Snake, and we'll just kind of have to see if Full Sail can have a different approach, or maybe it's just a same gameplay and different outcome from Full Sail.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that you want to call it a salty run back, but I think that's the answer for Full Sail. And I understand that I'm a Shenandoah brain, I'm a Shenandoah student, I'm probably a little biased, but I truly think that makes the most sense. I think this needs to be Snake again, but not only does it need to be Snake, it needs to be the best Snake that this player has played today, at least. Yeah. Because, I don't think Full Sail can afford to let Kipp get rolling even just a little bit again. Willy said it in the pregame interview. This is a pretty momentum-based team, but it doesn't take much for them to get going, and they will take it and run the whole distance if they can. So, set number 2 underway on your screen. Kipp and Fern, exactly what we thought would happen is happening, and what I think needs to happen if Full Sail is going to try to come back in this series.
And we can already see Kipp here trying to farm up those keys, farm up those bells, and kind of get that long-range damage. The Hydrant as well, rolling the way of that Snake, but unable to connect. Kipp, again, playing a patient game style here, really utilizing the space that he can really... Oh, my... Okay, I thought that was about to be something crazy with that bell. He does have it up and ready again, so maybe if he hits that one, the Snake could be in trouble here at 105% for Fern.
Yeah, so it feels like it's been forever since we saw this matchup last, but this is more or less what we saw last time as well, and I think that's totally fine. Both of these players are going to sort of set up and play their game. Snake can't get through the Hydrant very easily without the Nikita missile, so, and that's a massive commit. So, a bit of an awkward situation. Both characters with amazing recoveries. Both players struggle to punish the other player's recovery. I mean, we're right back to square one. So slow game, right? Strap in. We're going to be in this matchup for a while. Snake up to 130%, getting pretty close to losing that first stock if Kipp is able to get in at all. The key finds its way through the hydrant, 150%. Every little bit counts because we are going to go to high percentages.
I mean, yeah, 161. Kipp trying to farm this key, the apple as well. The grab will come through. That might do it with the hydrant landing on top of his head. One stock down. Kipp 72% left on this first stock.
Wait, that was sick.
Yeah.
That was so cool. Kipp dropped, I think it was an apple or some fruit onto the hydrant to get it bouncing, and he went up and found the grab. He hasn't gone for a grab all game, so a big mix-up. I thought he would just get the kill off the grab, but in comes a hydrant just creeping its way on the screen. That was an awesome setup. Kipp continues to blow my mind with how many different ways he can set up kills, but man, that was an awesome way to start set number 2. And now, once again, we find ourselves in a similar situation to set 1, right? Kipp finds the first stock and is now finding all the extra credit he needs to pull ahead. So, I mean, if you're going to kill the momentum, it needs to happen now. Finding some percentage is this Snake up to 100%. Goes for the up tilt. It won't connect. The jab reset won't quite work just there. Snake able to get out of that combo with his life, but man, I mean, both players just going blow for blow. Oh! The bell comes out once again, and this is a bad sign for Full Sail. 2 stocks up. The jab reset instead of the up tilt might not have killed at 100, I'm not sure, but 130% on Kipp, hasn't lost a stock yet. This is bad for Full Sail.
Yeah, and this is exactly what happened at the beginning of the first set. That first stock extra credit coming through from Kipp. This time, it ends in a stock. Still 147 built up on this first stock for Kipp. 30 now on the last stock for this Snake Fern for Full Sail. I mean, the hydrant getting dangerously close, but instead the nade will hit and off goes Pac-Man.
Yeah, the Nikita missile just tracking Kipp all the way up and around that platform. Just couldn't quite get away from it, and that explosion is pretty big. So 150% undeniably that the side B from Snake does a lot of damage. So back to square one, right? Very low percentage on Kipp. But, I mean, you got to think, like, if you're the Snake... Oh, wait, what? Did he blow up his own C4?
I think he did.
Oh, no, that is disastrous for Full Sail. I mean, okay, fair enough.
All right.
Kipp walks out of matchup number 1 with 2 stocks again, and oh no, deja vu, here we go again. We're back on the reaction cam, watching the team celebrate as they are in prime position to go win set number 2 if this trend continues.
Well, right back to where we started, right?
Yeah.
Kipp, 2 stocks remaining after that Snake. Bayonetta, maybe. We haven't seen this Rob. Maybe the Rob's not even in the building. We are unsure, but we'll just have to see what this answer is, because the Min was the only thing that we had ready, and we just got word, I believe, Kevin, just if you want to take that one.
Okay, I forgot. I kind of thought it just despawned. So the Kevin, our other Smash caster, just informed us that the Snake C4 does automatically explode after 20 seconds. I forgot about that. I thought it just went away. I knew that there was a time limit on it, but that is a tough break. I mean, if that's how you're going to go out, that's a tough way to start, and especially when there was a lot of pressure on that Snake to try to get more than that off of Kipp. Rough way to end it, but it is what it is, right? You have to look beyond that. You have to shake that off for both sides, right? Yeah. If you're Shenandoah, just another day. If you're Full Sail, just another day, right? You're down your first player. That's fine. That happens. But what is the response? Well, we did receive word that Full Sail is changing it up from here. They're going to send the Min in second to try to get out of this hole.
I don't know. I mean, frankly, these are the 2 better matchups that we at least saw throughout the last set, both being able to take 1 stock. Now, Min, you got to take 2 and move on to the remaining 3 players that SU has here. We have not seen Igloo. We've not seen the Yoshi or that Samus. We've not seen Willy. on that Kazuya, and we haven't seen AyeJay or FarRhombus on that Falco and the Jigglypuff. I mean, we have plenty of stuff to work with here as we hop into set number 2. I mean, Min, you gotta come up big here.
Yeah, I mean, here we go again. I'm going to say all the same things I said about Snake. This is a pretty pivotal moment for Full Sail, but man, if Kipp can string combos together like that, Min's recovery is not that great, and we saw it bite Min the last time these two players met, but man, he might not even need to string you off stage. He's trying to zone off, trying to prevent the recovery. Min does find their way back, but man, so far, last time these players played each other, it was the Min that came out real hot, and then Kipp sort of was the one that had to respond. So far, Kipp started off pretty hot, but now Min the one finding the combos. So, moral of the story, both players finding success, going both ways. The apple down left, a very interesting 45-degree angle, but a deadly one, but not this time. 112% on the Min.
112 indeed. Kipp trying to find this off-stage cheese that he was able to find against this Min at the end of the last set. The strawberry up in the air. Now the side air coming through. Side air again will find the kill. 93% built up now on this second stock for Kipp, as now it's taken him on a little bit of a journey there. Good job getting out of that combo is Min.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they did get out of that combo, but Kipp did read the jump, but the jump was still enough. So, back up to 80% is this Min, right? Still unable to find much success against Kipp's Pac-Man. Up to 90%, but I mean, we've been here before. I couldn't really tell you what just happened there. I don't know if he teched it or if it was just a hydrant situation, but point is, Kipp's alive. Finding the grab, once again, you can't spot dodge a Pac-Man grab because it lasts unreasonably long, and I mean, 2 stocks to 2 stocks, not what you would have liked if you're Full Sail, right? You made a decision to send out your anchor now to try to find the answer for Kipp. Min did find a stock off Kipp last time, and they will find another one here. So, 1 stock away from putting the problem child away, right? Full Sail is 1 stock away from conquering their demons so far, right? There's a lot of players behind this Pac-Man, but you got to take it 1 step at a time, and they're on the cusp of being able to breathe once again.
Yeah, 160 built up now onto this Min. 166, a very dangerous spot for Klaus here, but I mean, Kipp, 41% on this Pac-Man, was able to take out this Min at the end of that first set. We'll see if he will be able to do that one again, or if Min will prevail and an apple will connect, but won't be out. And hits again. Never mind. An apple day does keep the Min away.
Good lord. Yeah, Kipp and these apples have become a more common theme throughout our time at Shenandoah, right? We're seeing more and more apples every time this team is on stream, and I think it's a great thing. That apple is shockingly deadly, and obviously we only see it at pretty high percentages, but the fact that the apple can just outright kill and not even like set up for a combo that kills is pretty overwhelming, because that thing can go at some wacky angles. We saw it go 45 degrees down and off stage, and a lot of players would not be expecting that, but man, the apple's a great fruit that Pac-Man players, at least I don't see used very often.
Yeah, no, I mean, Kipp has done a great job at really utilizing and understanding everything about this character. I mean, he's played it for quite a long time, the recovery coming through as well. Pac-Man with one of the best recoveries in the game as well, alongside that Snake. Key up and available, will connect. Min is in a dangerous position, and that will just be it. Kipp again surviving through the Snake, through the Min. 1 stock left.
Yeah, I didn't really get to talk about it because I was busy yapping about apples, but the Min did a great job there of sort of clawing back, getting Kipp up to a high percentage on his last stock, but just unable to finish the job. That has been the story of the day so far with Kipp's Pac-Man. Is getting so close, but not close enough. That's another 100% wiped off the board that Full Sail does not get to hold on to. And what? We're up to like 450% total now that Kipp has racked up and washed away by winning games. That sort of stuff is what wins you crew battles, and it's exactly what we're seeing work out for Shenandoah right now.
Yeah, that's a great stat, actually. I'd love to see, like, like the men left on base in baseball. Like, I got 11 runners left on. Yeah, 400% left on percentage. Like, that is tough because that's a lot of percentage, right? You're always this close to closing out that stock, but just barely unable to capitalize. And, I mean, that's props to Kipp from being able to avoid the killing blows, those combos from these characters. And we just got word. We got a new one for you guys, Chris.
One more mix-up coming our way. Okay, so Full Sail has committed to their third player being a Ridley. Unsure if this is a player we've seen on a different character or just an entirely new player, but Ridley's interesting. Ridley's a weird character. I mean, I need to stop saying that. I feel like I've said that about everybody we've seen today. Ridley is close quarters, nothing crazy about it. They've got a weird gimmicky down B that can do 50% if you hit it right at the right spot, but like you rarely ever see that. We have been told it is a new player as well, so that makes a little bit more sense, right? None of the players that we've seen already are changing up their character pool. We're just putting in an extra option on the Full Sail roster. So I'll be the first to admit, not entirely sure how this matchup will go for the Ridley. I think a big thing to keep an eye out for is the fireballs, right? Those fireballs are pretty tanky in a weird way. Like, they beat out a lot of other things. I'm not sure how they interact with the hydrant, but we might not need to find out, as Kipp, once again, going for it all, trying to carry them all the way across the stage, but they are able to just jump out of it and find their way back to stage, but not without taking 60% beforehand.
Yeah, Kipp doing a great job again, just getting this early pressure, this early percentage built up. It's going to be Gogo, the new player coming in for Full Sail here. Great job utilizing that fire hydrant for some protection, farming up that bell. The side smash coming through, but Ridley's a pretty heavy gal. Gal? I think Ridley's a girl.
I think so, yeah.
I'm
pretty sure. I don't know. I've never played the Metroid games, but wow, Ridley does recover from that one, but not for long, as the bell is ready. And when is it not? Kipp always with the setups to deal with trying to come back to stage, right? All of your options are consistently covered, and that's what makes this Kipp Pac-Man so overwhelming. It's what makes Pac-Man so overwhelming as a character, right? At the moment you're off stage, you're in so much danger, but so far, right? 30% on this Pac-Man, and every little percent matters, but once again, Kipp trying to carry these opponents all the way across the stage. Ridley does have a great recovery, so we won't really see Kipp be able to like gimmick this Ridley into free stocks. He's going to have to earn them, and he's going to have to take him the full distance. But I doubt we will see him go the full distance until maybe it's last stock, because Kipp might end up losing his own stock if those offstage interactions go awry. So keep an eye on that, but nonetheless, 75% now up onto this Pac-Man. We're going to keep counting it until that stock goes away, because that has, I mean, you said it, the stat of the day. And I mean, if it gets worse, that's criminally bad for Full Sail.
138% built up on the second stock. 100. Oh, that might do it.
Oh,
he's still alive. All right, Kipp. Well,
I think he's fine.
I think he's good. I think he gets the recovery all the way through here somehow. I mean, that was pretty darn close, and now the Ridley finding themselves in a little bit of a precarious position. The hydrant will finish the job. 137. Do we see 500% left on base? Let's find out.
Who knows? I mean, this is disastrous. This is, I don't know, worst case scenario for Full Sail, because it's so rare that you see this happen as many times as it's happened. But, I mean, it racks up so fast. Even like 200% left on base, if that's the term we're going to use, would be a bad run. But this is just so unfortunate that all of these little interactions, these little 50-50s, I want to call them 50-50s, not going Full Sail's way. It's absurd. This is a good team. These are good players. But what's happening right now, I don't want to say Full Sail's getting completely unlucky. Kipp is performing out of his mind right now. But Full Sail so close, and they just might not be able to do it. Kipp walks away with 150% added to the ticker. I think that puts us up to like 600% now. This is getting ridiculous.
What do you do? What do you do? This guy is on fire. We're now down to the final player for Full Sail. 1 stock left on Kipp. What is the solution? I mean, everything you throw at this guy, it looks like he has an answer.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we need to acknowledge how amazing what we're watching is. Kipp is on the verge, is a 3 stock away from taking 24 uncontested stocks. Uncontested in the sense that, yes, he has lost stocks along the way, but never 3 in a batch. That's unbelievable. And I, as much as we're trying to find the answer for Full Sail and it's just not working out, I do not want to ignore or downplay how incredible Kipp is playing out in the arena right now. So, can he do it? I don't know. I mean, 3 stock away. We've seen him 3 stock people more than once today alone.
Yes.
So, who knows? The 1 player left could... now, we've got options, right? It could be the Bowser. It could be the Bayonetta. Those were the 2 options that looked the worst for Full Sail. And we saw Kipp's matchup preference that he was outwardly and openly most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Does look like it will be Bowser.
Bowser again. Round 2. Will the turtle be able to succeed? I don't know, because I mean, this was a 3 stock earlier today as well, right? I mean, the Bowser again had him up to that 157%, but just wasn't able to seal the deal on him. So, I mean, Kipp, dude. I don't know. I mean, I definitely would not want to play you right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, okay. I mean, 1 shot left for Full Sail. 12 stocks needed to stay alive in this series. But if I'm Full Sail, if I'm any of these players, I'm not even looking at that. You've got 1 stock ahead of you, but that's what you need to be afraid of. Wow, well done. Great patience out of the Bowser to not bite, not jump, and is able to recover. That could have been a disastrous start. But enough about that. Bowser does find his way out of it. Congo looking to do the impossible and go 10 stocks in a row. But, I mean, what was I saying? You've got 1 stock ahead of you, and that's the only one that matters. Get this Pac-Man off screen.
Yeah. I mean, already 116% built up onto this Bowser. Bell in hand. Won't be able to connect with that one just yet. Doing a great job at getting rid of that hydrant pretty much immediately. Neutral are coming through just to try to buy a little bit of space. But, I mean, right now... the bell does connect! Oh, my goodness. That hydrant almost pushed Bowser right into that side smash, and that would have been 1 gone turtle.
Yeah, you could tell that Kipp thought he had the stun on the release of the bell and not the landing of the bell. So he went for the forward smash. It did not connect, and by the time he came out of his own landing lag of the smash attack, there was nothing. There was no stunned Bowser left to attack. So, once again, 170%. Kipp does have that back throw, but wow, that's still not enough. Bowser's an extremely heavy character, deceptively for how fast and mobile this character is, but extremely heavy, still very hard to kill. 3 stocks left in his favor, but what was I saying earlier? The apple is enough to just kill you outright. It's unbelievable. 180% nonetheless, right? I don't mean to downplay the significance of that, but this apple is becoming overwhelming for Shenandoah opponents, and here goes Kipp again. 123% just like that. Full Sail cannot find the answer. Congo just trying desperately to take 1 stock off this irritating Pac-Man.
Kyle has not been hit this entire 2nd stock from this Bowser. Congo has not hit him since respawning after that 1st stock was lost. Already built up to 151%. Oh my goodness, that does a whole lot of damage when that connects in full. That apple again in preparation. Won't be able to connect with that one, and now we see Kipp in some dangerous percentage here in a dangerous spot as well. Congo almost able to find that kill off of that
ledge guard, this edge guard.
Yeah, great option there from the Bowser to cover the ledge with the up B, but out of options there. Not sure what he could have done that time around. Had to spot dodge the fruit and gets caught with the down air. One stock left on the Congo. He finds the side B, goes up to the platform. Is it enough? It's not! Kipp is still alive. Any hit should do it from here. Bowser hits extremely hard. He gets caught in the side B once again. Center stage, though. He didn't go to the platform. It's not enough. 156%. Can Congo finish the job? Can Kipp get 24 stocks in a day? Oh my god. The air is
surely
tense.
that's it. Oh my goodness.
Enough. The up B is not really a kill move. It's extremely safe, but that should do it. The 2-frame at the ledge will finally finish the job. Kipp falls one short of an incredible statistic, but incredible nonetheless. 23 stocks on the day for that man on your left.
I'm speechless, honestly. Wow. I mean, he was framed like so
gosh darn close. 3 kill sparks. None of them finding the kill on that last stock as well.
Wow.
Like, I mean, everything was just
all Kipp's way today.
Yeah, somebody's got to fly Kipp out to Vegas because
he's a lucky man.
Yeah, I mean, this is just his day. He played amazing. That was incredible Pac-Man performance, but as well, great patience from the Bowser, right? We saw it the last time. I mentioned he did ultimately get 3 stock last time, but I pointed out that like there were good signs from the Bowser. He knew what he needed to do. He just wasn't able to do it last time around. He is able to get it done this time around, but again, not without losing 2 stocks along the way. So 9 stocks ahead of him with 1 stock left. This Bowser has a tall mountain to climb, but that's the task in front of you.
And now what does SU do, right? We've not been able to talk about really any other player on this SU roster all night. I mean, we have a Yoshi, we have FarRhombus on this Jigglypuff, which honestly is pretty nice for that Jigglypuff matchup. I know I've seen FarRhombus juggle many a Bowser off of the side of the stadium. So we'll have to wait and see who we put in here. Maybe it's Igloo on that Yoshi just to wrap it up. I mean, because the aerial game of the Yoshi as well, it's pretty darn strong into the Bowser. I mean, we have, that's just Super Smash Bros. Versus Super Smash Bros. At that point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, so we are receiving a bit of an early glimpse into the matchup. It will be Igloo on the Yoshi to go in and try to take care of business for Shenandoah, finishing set number 2, trying to get 1 stock off this last Full Sail player. Can he do it? Well, he's a bad man. He's ice cold. Igloo does not feel stress in these situations. So 2 days ago, he went in 3 stocks to 3 stocks against the best player on Thomas Moore's roster. Came out the victor with 1 stock left. With 1 stock ahead of him now and an opportunity to be 1-0 in NACE competition, can Igloo take care of business against Congo the Bowser? Here comes the first combo of falling up air into plenty more. 65% just like that. That tail hurts more than anything else Yoshi has. The back air trying to land but can't quite find it. 80% on the board for Congo the Bowser.
Yeah, I mean, already trying to get him off stage, trying to find that side air as well. I mean, Igloo doing a great job at finding these juggles. Already up to 101% is this Bowser. But also, Congo doing a great job at trying to get some percentage racked up to finally find those killing blows onto Igloo.
Okay, keep an eye out for, I think Igloo has noticed a bit of a pattern. This Congo, the Bowser, really likes to shield. And Yoshi does have the down B that can shatter a shield in the blink of an eye. So I think he went for it there a little bit ago, but keep an eye out if that potentially comes out later. If he catches Bowser shielding, that could be the end. And I mean, we're seeing it, but he might not need it. The up tilt into up air, true as can be. Igloo finishes the job once again, taking Shenandoah to another victorious competition, 1-0 in both of their leagues. This team is something special.
I mean, talk about domination, right? I mean, 2 players from SU was all it took going up against Full Sail here today, excuse me. And a lot of that, I mean, you only needed the other player for one stock. I mean, Kipp, if there's anything we know about this SE roster is that Kipp, when he's on, he is on. And you saw it in prime form here today, 23 stocks from Kipp, this Pac-Man. I mean, what a performance.
Yeah, 23-5 would be the final record, losing 2 stocks in set number 1 and 3 in set number 2. An all-time performance, certainly career performance out of Kipp. I mean, just incredible stuff. And, if we're giving awards, if we're giving MVPs, the star of this game, how could it be anyone else? I don't think you will ever see a stat line that overwhelming on this broadcast, at least in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone else who will do something like this, just starting off these sets and just taking it away. The momentum, I mean, you saw they were having fun in those player cams afterwards, too. I mean, they were just everyone, I mean, frankly, just seemed to be having a blast just watching Kipp do what he does best, and that is confuse the enemy and take them out one by one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It speaks for itself. Kipp is an amazing player, but this is an amazing team, and they all, and I mean all 5 of the players on this team are more than capable of doing exactly that under the right circumstances. So this team's going places. This team's doing incredible stuff, and I could not be more proud of everything they've accomplished already.
Yeah, I mean, this is week number 1 of the semester, right? They were on a pretty long break here over winter break, coming back, and this is what we're starting at? All right, sure. Let's keep the ball rolling. I mean, Tuesday, it seemed close. The players obviously very confident. Willy in that interview as well was like, it did not feel as close to us, which is definitely a good sign. But here, I mean, what? Like, what do you even say? I mean, what do you analyze other than Kipp is a god?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to see it. And this team continues to find success at all times. So, they finished last semester so strong. They lost their first 2 sets in NECC before winning, I believe, 6 straight and then going into playoffs and winning the playoffs as well. NACE, they won 6 times and only dropped once, right? This team continues to find success and build upon it. They are not off to a slow start this semester, and boy, is it showing. Now, I do believe we have the star of the series standing outside ready to be interviewed. I believe Kipp is out there with our other Smashcaster, Kevin. You may recognize him. I'm going to throw it out to the arena. Kevin, take it away.
Thank you so much, Chris and Ben. I am joined by the MVP of this crew battle up against Full Sail, Kipp. You gotta let me know, man. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling extremely ecstatic right now, Kevin. I certainly did the best I could, and as great as I did, it is unfortunate we couldn't get the 24 stock, but I still want to say it's a team effort at the end of the day. I don't want to, take all the, rewards for it.
Yeah, I get that, right? It's a team environment. And on that note, I kind of want to walk through kind of your thought process in these matches. When you start, your goal ideally is like 3 stocks. You want to knock out that first opponent and then kind of go from there. So when does it hit you that you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting a little bit more. Oh, I'm getting a little bit. Oh wait, I could go for something really special here. Like, what's running through your head in those kinds of moments?
So at that point, like after I take out the first person, I just kind of like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, how much more damage can I do to the person who's going to be in second? And if I end up winning, I'm just going to keep having that mentality. Just how much more damage can I keep doing to their team to further put my team in the lead, just so to give my teammates like a way easier time of solidifying the lead, just wrapping up from there. But sometimes things happen, and I just kind of go as the game goes on.
And that's what is needed. Now, I will say, 23 is a crazy number, and those matchups can be incredibly difficult. A lot of people are like very just worried when it comes to characters like Min Min and stuff like that. So kind of having the team behind you, we could see during the camera, like the pop-offs y'all were having, the fun y'all were having with all of that. Like, were they having as much fun as you were having throughout all of this, would you say?
I would argue they were having more fun than me, Kevin. The amount of jokes they would throw out, obviously good spirit and all fun and games in the competition. No mean comments whatsoever. It's just good old fun. They weren't the ones that had to basically out-camp Snake for almost like 10 minutes total in between both games, and had to maneuver around Min Min. But the team was having such a fun time just watching me play.
Great stuff here. Well, I do want to say thank you so much for having this interview with us, and I do believe we are going to pass it back over to Chris and Ben to close things out, so go ahead and take it away.
Thanks so much, Kev. That's awesome to hear. I mean, I don't have much more to say than that. It's so cool hearing that the rest of the team, he said the rest of the team was having more fun than he was. That's so cool, because it's so easy to get caught up. There's so many talented people out in that room that could very easily be offended or bothered by the fact that they did not have a chance to play today. Right. But that is a team. That is such a strong, well-knit together team that just want the best for each other. And it's so cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the player cams after some of these sets. I mean, they were all just in it. They were all having fun right behind Kipp, just being like, all right, let's go, man. Let's see how far you can go. And, man, he went pretty darn far. So, I mean, that, like you said, that's just a great team dynamic that they're just happy for their guy. He is out there performing like crazy, and they are there to support him every step of the way.
Yeah, they absolutely are. But unfortunately for us, that will do it for our Shenandoah Esports action here tonight. I have a quick update on our other competitions we told you about earlier. The Academy Smash, unfortunately, not as good of a day for them. They unfortunately went down 0-2, but the Varsity Rocket League team is also out there competing right now, and they are, I believe, up in Game 4 of their series, which they are up 2-1. So in great standing so far, in a great position to close that one out. So overall, pretty good day here at Shenandoah Esports here in Winchester, Virginia. But that will do it for us. So be sure to drop us a follow on whatever platform you may be watching. Follow all of our socials if you can. But tune in to all of our other shows, both tomorrow and for many, many weeks to come. This is just the beginning of some pretty awesome seasons here. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Chris Clayton. That's Ben Kincaid. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might just change their life. We will see you next time. Take on quite a titan in the esports space. I'm Chris Clayton, and I'm joined once again by Benjamin Kincaid for the first time this semester as we are preparing for NACE varsity competition, Shenandoah University Smash Bros. Against Full Sail.
So I'm very happy that we were able to get that, regardless of how close it was.
And I'm glad that you were able to use that as a learning experience heading into your first NACE Smash today.
Know your faces, right? Last semester, it's the same four. We got AyeJay, Kipp, Igloo, and Willy here. Igloo being our team captain on that Yoshi, Willy on that Terry Kazuya combination. Kipp, I mean, his Pac-Man is close to impossible to stop sometimes than AyeJay on that Falco, that coverage as well. And then we have the subs as well. We have FarRhombus on that Jigglypuff, who played on Tuesday and looked pretty darn good at the beginning of this semester. I mean, Igloo even mentioned that, yeah, this player is pretty interchangeable anywhere in our lineup. He has a winning record against everyone but Willy in the DME area.
Crazy how that works.
Which is insane, right? Everyone but his teammate he has a winning record against. So
Pac-Man can't really keep up in a deadly way, but the key comes out very high percentage, but still, honestly, shockingly, not enough to kill. But the apple, and it creates this kind of awkward match that we're seeing right now. This is really slow paced. Both of these players getting up to really high percents because neither one can really find a great way to finish. As the longer time it spends there, the more Kipp can catch on. Wow, the spot dodge is not enough. That interesting Pac-Man grab lasts so long that a spot dodge.
Recovery coming through here. The hydrant on top of the head, 178% built up on this snake. I mean, you're telling a sneeze or a hydrant will be able to find that kill. Kipp keeping 2 stocks alive here and taking 3 from that snake.
Okay.
Bayonetta, the grab coming through. Now, this might do it. Question mark.
So when I was thinking to myself of ways that Bayonetta has to deal with the fire hydrant, the only one that really came
was a potential, but was just barely dropped at the last second by the Bayonetta. Kipp as well doing a great job of getting away from them. The side B will come through, and that
Ouija or a rod or whatever. But so far, this Bayonetta has found 2, dropped them both, and loses all 3 stocks for it. Kipp at 100%. That gets washed away again. The players shocked, surprised, but probably not really as a game. But again, more or less what we would expect, right? Kipp is going to play this a bit slower to try to sort of space out this Bowser. Does find the hydrant, it does not. Kipp really struggling to get back onto the stage here. A couple right decisions out of Bowser, but one wrong one means Kipp is right back on stage and racking up percentage. Wow!
Well, trying to just find that finishing blow. The bell connects. The side smash. Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Yeah, massive pop off there from Kipp, and that's very well deserved. Insane gameplay there from
11 stocks to 3, right? Kipp has been having an absolute day as now he finds the combos as well. Oh,
I don't think they make it back.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on every single one of the moves you see out of Min, because if Kipp is able to get a read and make a call on any given one, it's the response they've been looking for since player number 1. Stock 2 taken off Kipp, and every one of those matters. But I mean, I think that
might be it again.
Min
won't be able to combo that into anything further. Both players now, Kyle, going off the stage. Kipp will be able to find that one. Min unable to recover. 12 stocks.
Wow.
1 player. His name is Kipp.
How about it? I mean, if you told me that that's how this series would start, I simply would not have believed you. These are 2 very strong teams, and they go to high percentages.
I mean, yeah, 161. Kipp trying to farm this key, the apple as well. The grab will come through. That might do it with the hydrant.
Quite worked just there. Snake able to get out of that combo with his life, but man, I mean, both players just going blow for blow. Oh! The bell comes out.
Now, on the last stock for this Snake Fern for Full Sail, I mean, the hydrant getting dangerously close, but instead, the nade will hit.
Very low percentage on Kipp. But, I mean, you gotta think, like, if you're the Snake... Oh! Wait, what? Did he blow up his own
I think
C4?
he did.
Oh, no! That is disastrous!
Find this off-stage cheese that he was able to find against this Min at the end of the last set. The strawberry up in the air. Now the side air coming through. Side air again.
Right, you made a decision to send out your anchor now to try to find the answer for Kipp. Min did find a stock off Kipp last time, and they will
take out this Min at the end of that first set. We'll see if he will be able to do that one again, or if Min will prevail, and Apple will connect, but won't be out. And hits well alongside that Snake. Key up and available will connect. Min is in a dangerous position, and that will just be it. Kipp again surviving through the Snake, through the Min. 1 stock left. Heavy gal. Gal? I think Ridley's a girl.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure. I don't know. I've never played the Metroid games, but wow, Ridley does recover from that one, but not for long.
Built up on the second stock, 100. Oh, that might do it.
Oh! He's still alive. All right, Kipp. Well,
I think he's fine. I think he's good. I think he gets the recovery all the way through here somehow. I mean, that was pretty darn close, and now the Ridley finding themselves in a little bit of a precarious position. The hydrant,
but Full Sail so close, and they just might not be able to do it. Kipp walks away with 150% added to the ticker. I think that puts us up to like 600% now. This is getting ridiculous. Heavy character, deceptively for how fast and mobile this character is, but extremely heavy, still very hard to kill. 3 stocks left in his favor, but what?
Ledge guard, descent guard.
Yeah, great option there from the Bowser to cover the ledge with the up B, but out of and gets caught with the down air. 1 stock left on the Congo. He finds the side B, goes up to the platform. Is it enough? It's not! Kipp is still alive. Any hit should do it from here. Bowser hits extremely hard. He gets caught in the side B once again. Center stage, though. He didn't go to the platform. It's not enough. 156% can Congo finish the job. Can Kipp get 24 stocks in a day? Oh my god, the air is
surely
tense.
that's
The
it.
uppy
Oh my
is not
goodness.
enough. The uppy is not really a kill move. It's extremely safe, but that should do it. The 2-frame at the ledge will finally finish the job. Comes out later. If he catches Bowser's shielding, that could be the end. And I mean, we're seeing it, but he might not need it. The up tilt into up air, true as can be. Igloo finishes the job once again, taking Shenandoah to another victorious competition, 1-0 in both of their leagues. This team is something special.
Thank you so much, Chris and Ben. I am joined by the MVP of this crew battle up against Full Sail, Kipp. You gotta let me know, man. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling extremely ecstatic right now, Kevin. I certainly did the best I could, and as great as I did, it is unfortunate we couldn't get the 24 stock, but I still want to say it's a team effort at the end of the day. I don't want to, take all the rewards for it.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway.
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
Cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry, so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
wasn't